Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to read through the full article here. There's a link in the description. It is a tragedy. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video as you see fit. A 12-year-old boy from Mississippi, his name Markell Noah, was reported as a missing person by his mother, Sonia Noah. He was last seen Thursday night at around 11 p.m. He just turned 12 last week. Again, his name, Markell Noah from Mississippi. Tragically, he has been found. Tragically, he's been found dead. Why has he died? Well, he was playing a game of Russian roulette. What's Russian roulette? You perhaps know, you perhaps have seen such depictions of Russian roulette in movies. I'm thinking The Deer Hunter with Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken. I think the movie was The Deer Hunter. Maybe I've got that wrong. Where there is a famous Russian roulette scene. In essence, you have a gun, much like the gun we see in front of us, a revolver, and you put one, perhaps more bullets in the barrel. You spin the barrel. You close the barrel. You put the gun to your head. You pull the trigger. In so doing, you gamble with your life. If the bullet or one of the bullets is in the chamber, if I'm using the right terminology, then you may well shoot yourself in the head. You may well die. If the chamber is empty, then you survive. You hear a click. You sigh. You give a sigh of relief, and then you pass the gun to the next sucker next to you who's going to do the same thing. Apparently, Markell Noah, this 12-year-old boy, just turned 12. Apparently, he was playing Russian roulette with two minors, and his life was taken. He was found dead from a gunshot wound at an abandoned house. Again, this happened in Mississippi. Two minors have been arrested on murder charges. We don't know their names. We don't know how old they are. We're just told two minors. Perhaps they're the same age. Perhaps they're 12 years old. Perhaps even they're younger. We don't know. A 21-year-old has also been arrested as an accessory after the fact. So these three were arrested on Friday, if I understand correctly. And that's pretty much all the information that we have. So again, this is in regards to Markell Noah, 12-year-old boy, turned 12 just last week. He was reported missing by his mother, Sonia Noah, last seen Thursday night at around 11 p.m. Tragically, police have found his deceased body in an abandoned house in Mississippi, and subsequently they've arrested two minors for murder. They've placed them on murder charges, as well as a 21-year-old as an accessory after the fact. So we don't quite know what that means about the 21-year-old. I guess it means that the 21-year-old wasn't participating, or isn't believed to have been participating in the game of Russian roulette, but perhaps the 21-year-old in some way assisted the two minors to attempt to cover up the crime, perhaps. That would be my speculation. Of course, full condolences to the family concerned, notably the mother, Sonia Noah. Her 12-year-old son, Markell Noah, has been taken away. Who's to blame? Well, seemingly these two minors and the 21-year-old are being held responsible to some extent, but forgive me, I know a lot of people get offended when there's the risk of victim blaming, but I think the victim, in all likelihood, if we're being realistic, if we're being honest, if the 12-year-old Markell Noah knowingly and willingly put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger, I gotta blame him to some extent. I'm sorry to say, mother, Sonia Noah, that I've got to blame him to some extent. I'm not going to go further than that. I'm not going to point towards blaming the parents. I don't think that's appropriate right at this moment in time. I'm sure the family are absolutely devastated by this. Parents can't be expected to control every last detail of their children. especially at this kind of age, 12 years old. They're going to go out with their friends. That's normal. We can't stop that. They're going to play. That's normal. We can't stop that, nor should we try. I'm sure if the parents had any inkling, the family, if they had any inkling that any of them were playing with guns in one way or another, I'm sure they would have done everything they could to stop that from occurring. But tragically, people go off, they have free will, they do their own stupid things. And it seems, unfortunately, as regretful as it is to say, that Markell Noah participated in his own death. And that's a real shame. So I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Take care.